Ghana for instance Bibi na ababeto dwa concerning GM Bank. I'm saying it makes no sense. Economically, if social financial goods are maintenance assessing same way I'm say it makes no sense. I didn't know from 2015 up to 2017 about a total of 9 different banks near there. Government in the share passes banks we mungu because these banks are in the word the term used are insolvent. I hear them finance minister and the deputy finance minister eba this and same be to abontin. Anya no kwa na finsun savings and loans na de ade na eguye. Ghana for asem we there anya asem ketwa. Anya no kwa na finsun all because they are trying to use about 27 to 29 billion Ghana cedis to solve a particular problem which is inside the nation. Now so something in GM banks and other banks are government for eguye no. Be hardware pa yi. There's that time there ya dia if man you could to me I am hwe when is my ekoso ntama de ntia like economy ne ekona etwe abasani na ne say just because of this big mistake former president John Dramani Mahama ne na ban make here ntina ekoso sa no Ghana for ensemble ne kuni kuti sa ensemu twemmbra bedamu ina asa
GN Bank. It makes no sense. Between 2017 and 2019, some 9 banks were collapsed. For reasons some germane, over 150 or so savings and loans, microfinance companies were also collapsed. The one thread running through was that they had become insolvent. I know of a situation where a company was collapsed. It was not insolvent. In the end, to pay its depositors, the company's own money was used to pay them, not a dime from the state. All property seized from the company were returned. A mistake, costly mistake. This was a problem. We were told by other experts, contrary to the position by the Bank of Ghana and the Minister of Finance and the government that led this process, it was a problem that could be solved with some 4 or 8 billion Ghana cedis. And yet the country coughed up money it did not have. 25 to 27 billion Ghana cedis in seeking to solve a problem. As some of the experts tell us, this is partly, largely, the reason this economy is hemorrhaging now. Cost of living crisis, that's the reality. The cost of your kenke, ball of kenke, the cost of your loaf of bread tells you we are in very difficult times. Fuel prices rising, inflation, interest rates. The dollar is whipping the cedi so terribly. If you make a purchase today and it is indexed to the dollar, you are better off paying immediately, because if you go to sleep the next day, you pay higher than you would have paid. Almost 16 cedis to the dollar. Yesterday, around 15.7. Some were trading it. GN Bank and the savings and loans under that entity was one that suffered. The argument has been that this could have been resolved or avoided because the capital you were looking for from these entities you could tier them, graduate them, and not require all of them to have the same capital like the bigger banks. Here we are. Now, Ndwom has been speaking, and he went to speak to former President Mahama. Listen to him. It makes no sense.
The governor who is there sat with me and said, look, why don't you accept to be reclassified from a universal bank to a savings and loans company, knowing that for savings and loans, the minimum requirement is only 15 million. Okay, 15 million. So do that, continue with your business, and then when monies are paid, then you can come back and request to be brought back to universal banking status. I went back to the directors, said, okay, let's do this. So January 2019, they gave us a letter saying, here are 6 conditions that you must satisfy over a 6-month period. Now go and become a savings and loans company. So we went and started working. After 6 months, we prepared this report. It's a transition report for the 6-month period. We gave it to them in July. All of the requirements that they gave us had been satisfied. And we said our capital at that point was about 200 million Ghana cedis. Now remember, savings and loans, you require 15 million, right? So imagine my shock when I'm sitting in Chicago doing some work, and in August I'm told that they have taken our license. I said, on what pretext? Under what condition? What happened? Okay? Because this report we gave to them, nobody called us to say, come and let's talk page 5, what you put there is wrong. Or page 6, there's something that we don't understand. Nothing. Nothing. And I've been showing this to everybody, that we went through and did our work and said everything was okay. And indeed, the people had started coming back to us, giving us new money. The old OPIC in Washington, which is now DFC, we went there and signed an agreement for $20 million, okay, to bring in and put into the business. All of that went away because of this action.
It makes no sense to me. And that is my take. Be right back.
Veterans are not all that quality. Then they go in for another region. Jova chusa me bubu le fimi. Jami mi ole dowo. Lofe duo tu reji. No pon nyede sike anyone Ghana pete. No ko ide fimi no blame ya wadai. Tamele koko funami. Fienke. Ofo gawe de ke minute blave voine. Mele koko funami bede. This time around, lei boname si Kenya koda peke memile 2024 election. Ita kone Dr. Mahama Baumia. Mi dene klepeti mi dene mi de NDC told me you know boblobe you for government well power you for government well power we mi da komia de weather ni mi akonu te fera typical example nye Peter Mewu ne do efe area yi wanya be chakole Ghana ji ne de takone MPP all that time but this time no area ne le very bright tame de kukuna mi takone Dr. Mahama Baumia play NPP ne MPP ne duchi no po parliamentarians sur le vote no ate won to le vote